Hello and welcome to this lesson on vaccination, how vaccines build long-term immunity. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe what vaccines contain and how they stimulate immunity. Explain how vaccination produces long-term immunity through memory cells, and evaluate the advantages and disadvantages of vaccination. In this lesson, we'll discover how vaccines train the immune system to recognize and fight pathogens before they can cause disease. Let's get started. So, if vaccines do not make us sick, how do they prepare the body to fight disease? Vaccines contain a harmless form of a pathogen that allows the immune system to learn how to recognize it safely. Scientists create vaccines in several ways. Sometimes the pathogen is killed, meaning it cannot cause disease but can still be recognized by the body's defenses. In other vaccines, the pathogen is weakened, a process called attenuation. This prevents it from growing or reproducing effectively inside the body. Some vaccines contain only antigens, which are small fragments taken from the pathogen's surface, rather than the entire organism. Although these vaccine components cannot cause the disease, they provide enough information for the body to begin building protection against future infections. Once a vaccine has been created, the next step is getting it into the body so the immune system can begin learning from it. Vaccines can enter the body in different ways. Many vaccines are given by injection directly into the muscle. Others may be taken orally, while some are delivered as nasal sprays. Regardless of the method used, the goal is the same: to expose the immune system to harmless antigens and stimulate the production of a protective immune response. Although the vaccine is harmless, it still activates the body's defense system and begins the process of building protection. Once a vaccine enters the bloodstream, the antigens it contains trigger an immune response. Lymphocytes recognize these antigens as foreign and become activated. The activated lymphocytes begin producing specific antibodies that match the antigens. These antibodies bind to the antigens and help remove them from the body. At the same time, some lymphocytes develop into memory cells. These memory cells remain in the bloodstream long after vaccination, ready to respond rapidly if the same pathogen enters the body in the future. The real advantage of vaccination becomes clear when the body encounters the same pathogen again in the future. Memory cells recognize the pathogen almost immediately and trigger a rapid secondary immune response. Large amounts of antibodies are produced very quickly, often before symptoms have a chance to develop. As a result, the pathogen is destroyed before it can cause illness. This means the individual is immune to that disease. This long-term protection is the main purpose of vaccination. This graph helps us visualize why vaccination provides such effective long-term protection. The first exposure to the pathogen produces a primary immune response, which is relatively slow and generates a smaller number of antibodies. However, during the second exposure, memory cells recognize the pathogen immediately and trigger a secondary immune response. This response is much faster and produces a far greater concentration of antibodies. Because antibodies are produced so rapidly, the pathogen is eliminated before it can multiply and cause symptoms. This is why vaccinated individuals are often protected from disease even when they are exposed to the pathogen again. The impact of vaccination extends far beyond protecting a single person. When large numbers of people are vaccinated, entire communities benefit. Vaccination provides many important advantages. First, it protects individuals by reducing their chance of becoming infected. Vaccination also reduces transmission, making it less likely that infected individuals will spread pathogens to others. When a high proportion of the population is vaccinated, herd immunity develops. Herd immunity helps protect vulnerable people who cannot be vaccinated, such as newborn babies and individuals with weakened immune systems. Vaccination programs have dramatically reduced the number of many serious diseases worldwide. Scientists hope that widespread vaccination may eventually help eliminate diseases such as polio and malaria as well. Despite their benefits, vaccines also have some disadvantages. Vaccines are not always completely effective in every individual. Some pathogens mutate rapidly, causing changes to their antigens. When this happens, existing memory cells and antibodies may no longer recognize the pathogen as effectively, reducing the vaccine's effectiveness. Vaccines can also cause side effects, such as swelling, pain, or mild rashes. In rare cases, more serious reactions may occur. Concerns about side effects can sometimes reduce vaccine uptake, meaning fewer people choose to be vaccinated. If vaccination rates fall, herd immunity may weaken, making it easier for diseases to spread through the population. Before we finish, let's bring everything together with a quick summary of the advantages and disadvantages of vaccination. On the advantage side, vaccination helps build herd immunity, reducing the spread of disease within a population. This protects not only vaccinated individuals, but also vulnerable people who may not be able to receive vaccines themselves. As a result, vaccination can help prevent large outbreaks and even eliminate certain diseases. However, there are also some disadvantages to consider. Some pathogens can mutate, making vaccines less effective over time. Vaccines may also cause side effects, although these are usually mild and temporary. In addition, protection may not always be complete for every individual, leading to incomplete immunity in some cases. Despite these limitations, the benefits of vaccination greatly outweigh the risks, making it one of the most effective ways to protect both individuals and communities from infectious diseases. Now let's apply what you've learned with some exam-style practice questions. You can pause the video and try it yourself. Question number 1. Explain why vaccines do not usually cause disease. Vaccines contain killed, weakened, or fragment forms of a pathogen, so they trigger an immune response without causing illness. Question number 2. Explain how vaccination provides long-term immunity. Vaccination produces memory cells that remain inside the body after the initial immune response. If the same pathogen enters again, these memory cells trigger a rapid secondary response. Large amounts of antibodies are produced quickly, destroying the pathogen before symptoms appear. Answer: vaccination produces memory cells that remain in the body and allow a faster, stronger antibody response if the same pathogen enters again. Question number 3. State one advantage of vaccination to the wider population. Vaccination leads to herd immunity, reducing the spread of disease and protecting vulnerable individuals who cannot be vaccinated. The